I can spray them. Not get in there because I also noticed a lot of hair inside. Oh my god, it hurts. 100% recommend laser hair removal to any babe that suffers from hyperpigmentation and ingrown hairs. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe this video is for everyone of every shade and every gender, because we all grow hair. I wanted to come to you guys today with my experiences, my personal experience. I'm not a doctor or a dermatologist. I'm not qualified to give you any facts. So I'm just gonna only talk about my experience over the years, how I feel about laser, my little tips on what to do before, after, what you could experience, and how the experiences could really differ person by person, and why that is from what I know and how it has differed for me over the years. So stick around, and I'm gonna be as detailed and straight to the point as I can be, so you can get all your facts and you can decide if you want to try this or not. So when did I start doing laser hair removal treatments and why? When I turned about 25, many years ago, I want to say hormones and a combination of birth control, which triggers hormones. I started growing facial hair. Like, I felt like it came out of nowhere. In general, I feel like the women in my family tend to be hairy. I'm of African descent. I'm from Cameroon, and it's one of those things that already comes with being of African descent. Apparently, we are just hairy beings, which I don't mind, you know. The edges are looking good. The eyebrows are always popping. The lashes just only need mascara. But everywhere else, we don't want them. So it doesn't work out. I used to have like maybe 1 or 2 hairs on my chin in college, and it didn't bother me. I had a little stash probably since I was a teenager, and I always just waxed it with like nail wax strips. And I was good to go. I always had nail wax strips with me. Put it on, whoop, that was it. It didn't go crazy. It didn't make me have a 5 o'clock shadow. It was fine. Okay, 25-ish comes knocking. Wake up one morning and I'm like, looking in the mirror, and Lord have mercy, do I have a whole lot of hair on my sideburns. I am like a boy going into puberty and discovering that he can grow hair on his face, okay? And I'm a 25-year-old grown woman. I freaked. The funny thing is, I didn't even see it myself. A friend of mine at work, one day we were like walking to lunch, and she was like, Xtelle, you have a lot of facial hair. I'm like, huh? And then I started seeing it, you know. So don't tell people anything about themselves. You're gonna make them self-conscious, okay? Anyhow, it didn't bother me for a while, right? It started little. I just started growing a little hair here and there, here and there, here and there. It didn't bother me as much. When it started bothering me is when I couldn't see my skin. So I've always had like a darker area around the periphery of my face. So when I really felt like my hair was a problem is when I couldn't see my skin glowing, because there was just hair obstructing the side of my face. So it started with a little bit of hair, then it became a long sideburn. God, I'm just embarrassing myself in public, but I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, I was just growing a full beard at this point, and I was like, am I getting PCOS? You know, I wasn't sure if to go to the doctor, and I couldn't see any other symptoms of PCOS showing up on my body. It was just the hair. I really didn't have a lot of acne at all as a teenager or even at that moment. So I was thinking about how to get rid of it. The first thing I knew was I wasn't going to shave it. I wasn't gonna use Nair either. And I honestly just didn't want to wax it. I was comfortable waxing my stash, but then I started thinking about waxing the side of my face, and I just didn't want to start any of those forms of hair removal because I just knew it could put me in trouble down the line. And I'm a little bit of a lazy girl. And as much as I love beauty and I love trying things, I can get very lazy in my routine sometimes. So anyhow, I sat around with my little beard for about a year. Then it really started bothering me when I would see it in pictures. I'd put on makeup and makeup would even enhance it. Anyhow, that's what took me to laser hair removal. That was a long story short, or maybe even longer than I wanted to. Let's now get into how I started and what I did. So I went on a hunt and I started researching like you guys are doing right now. And I looked at what kinds of machines you're supposed to be using for dark skin. So at this point, this is like 2016, right? There are more technologies have come out. I'm living in a big city. I was living in Houston, Texas at the time. So there are a lot of hospitals, spas, surgeon's office, etc. And what you want to do for laser as a Black woman, and the same laser would apply for any skin color, that's the beauty of it, you want to look for a laser that is ND-YAC. At that time, not a lot of spas had that laser. I had to call several spas to make sure they had an ND-YAC laser and the right light settings for dark skin, and they've actually done it on actual customers. So I called around, did my research, found a spa, and I was very happy. Went on Yelp, saw their great reviews. I will try to link that spa below in Houston. I don't know how their business model is now, but back then, they were really good. I can only vouch for when I went. They were really good. Then I went on Groupon because, you know, I like to save my coins. I went on Groupon to see if they were on Groupon, and thankfully they were. That's the second point about laser hair removal. So first point, finding a spa that uses ND-YAC. And oh yeah, in that also nowadays, back then they didn't have that, but nowadays also make sure that the machine they're using has the cooling air. When I started my laser treatment, the spa that I went to did not have it, and they acquired it about after a year when I started doing my treatment. So now almost every place has it or has like an extension with cooling air blowing. Very important for the pain. So the second point that I was going to was how to find a place and save money on the best place. Don't just try to be cheap and not go to a good reputable place. But after you found your place, if you find them on Groupon, check, and buy packages. Lord have mercy. I've heard people going in for one treatment for their chin for $50. I'm like, whoa, how can you afford 10 treatments on this? This is too much money, as I look at it. So I do with packages. So I want to look for a spa that sells at least 6 laser hair treatments with a full week period and more space in between. Did you write that down? Because some places will make you book from 6 weeks or more. I do not recommend that personally, especially when you're starting your treatments, and I will tell you why. So you want at least 6 treatments or more for certain areas. So how they usually sell their packages all depends on the spa, but they're usually similar, and you want to look at the fine print when you're looking at this packages. So if you're on a website like Groupon, that's the only one that I know. I know that there are probably other sites to find experiences and deals and things like that, but Groupon is my go-to and the only one that I know. So, but there's always a fine print that tells you the area that it is covered. You want to click on it. It may take you to the spa site. You want to read. You want to call the spa and actually find out the details of those areas, because there's always like a gray line that they could pass on that. So for example, typically a small area could be upper lip, chin, happy trail for the bikini area. A medium area could be underarms, sideburn, forehead, neck area, something like that. A large area typically could be the Brazilian. It could be half face, or maybe full face. So now that's where you start going into the details depending on the spa that you're trying to go to. Some places will say full face will be a large area. Some places will say half face is a large area. Some places will say just the Brazilian line, and not the entire vag. So that's front and back, okay? I personally, when I'm looking for a new place to go to, I'm looking for a place that a large area covers the entire Brazilian, like it would a Brazilian wax. So you're doing the whole front area, the bikini line, and you're doing the buttocks, okay? Very important. Why do everything and not do the crack? I mean, come on. I hope I don't get censored for that. But yeah. Or if face, large area will be the full face. I don't do my upper face. I did years ago, but right now I don't see any value in doing from here. But there are many people who have who grow like the little triangle thing. So maybe you're interested in lasering that. Doesn't hurt to laser in between the brows. So doesn't hurt to do all of that. I also like a spa that does like a little combination. That's always a little cute, where they give you a little deal for one large area and one medium area, or 6 treatments for a large area, 2 treatments for medium. So you get the gist, right? Make sure you look at what the deal is. Go to the fine print, direct you to the spa site, call the spa. I know it sounds tedious to some, but nobody said beauty was easy, okay? A little bit of pain for a whole lot of gain. So you've done all that research. You've picked your areas. You've picked at least 6 treatments, a spa that offers 6 treatments. I can't honestly tell you what price to pay. I really just cannot. But I will link the Groupon of the lovely lady I go to right now, Nasir, here in Dallas. I would link if she has a Groupon going, or I might insert a clip somewhere of the Groupon that I bought, so you guys can have an idea for the prices that we go for here in Texas. I know every state, every city is different. Things have changed with time, but do not buy these package deals individually. You are spending a lot of money if you are doing that. So we've gone on tip number 2. You've picked your place based on the coins, based on what you need, etc., etc. Now you've called, you've made an appointment. Please do not assume you've bought the Groupon and you're just going to call today and get an appointment tomorrow. Lord knows the spas and the people who are good at this, they are booked and busy. Honey, booked and busy months out. So if you know you want to start getting rid of this hair today, honey, call and make an appointment before you might even buy your Groupon. I promise you, you will thank me later. They are so busy. And every time you go for an appointment, book the next 4 weeks right there. So what to do to get ready for your first laser hair removal treatment? How are you going to get ready? So you have your laser treatment tomorrow, okay? You wake up in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Honestly, your choice. I have gotten rid of the hair the same day of in the morning. I don't think there's any right or wrong way, but don't quote me. I'm just telling you what I do. So if no one has told you or you haven't done enough research thus far, the only way that you need to get rid of hair before your laser hair removal treatment is by shaving. Calm down. Don't freak out. I'm going to tell you why, and don't be scared, because we all know most of us hate the shaving. We use Nair, we wax and all that fun other stuff. But for laser, you need to shave the hair because the laser needs to find the hair follicles and burn them off. They are literally burning off the hair follicle and your skin. That's what a laser is. And it's burning. You smell burnt when you're there. If you wax it, you will be ripping the hair follicle off from your skin. The laser won't be able to pick it up. you just be ripping it off. I mean, when you wax, you literally rip your skin off. Not only would the laser not find it, your skin is extra sensitive when you wax. And Lord, I may feel like maybe that's why people get burned in pictures that I see where people get burned. Anyways, I'm not sure. But you cannot nair it, you cannot wax it, you cannot do anything. You have to shave it. But let me tell you, don't be scared, because we're always scared of the razor, right? The razor causes ingrown hairs, the razor causes razor burns, you feel like your hair will grow faster. But honey, you are shaving to go do laser hair removal. So the effects that a razor would do on your skin after you shave without doing laser removal, it's two different things when you laser. So don't freak out. I've done treatments on my face, my underarms, my entire Brazilian, and full leg. The only place I refuse to touch hair on my skin, no matter what form, is on my arms. I'm hairy on my arms and I will be too lazy to keep up with it. So I don't even go there. So everything else I have done. And I love the results in different ways. So I'll get into that. Oh my gosh, this video is already 15 minutes in. So I told y'all it was going to be detailed. So let's get into shaving. What do I use to shave? Honestly, this is your choice. I don't have one right magic answer as to what type of razor to use, which one's best, all that. I will say for my face, I use a new razor each time. So a disposable razor is not a bad idea, or using a razor where you can change the razor heads is not a bad idea either. So I use either or. I usually go for some kind of Gillette, a Venice. For my face, I go typically for like a 4-blade or a 5-blade. You honestly could use a 3-blade. There was a time where I used to shave with this like 1-blade razors that I got from Amazon, but I used to cut myself a lot with those. So I let it go, even though it was nice and sharp, honey, but I cut myself too much. Anyway, so right now, I'm using this Gillette Fusion razor. I believe it's meant for men. I don't know, I just picked it up at the store. I usually go to the men's sections to buy razors, but I also like female razors. My other favorite razor from the women's side is the Venus collection, the green ball one. I don't have one right now to show, but I used this to shave my face yesterday. So I just got my laser removal treatment done yesterday. By the end of the day, everything is just calmed down and you're good to go. Anyhow, so yesterday when I was taking my morning shower, I got in, before I showered, I usually like to steam my face. I have a little steamer that I got from Amazon. I can put the link below. I steam my face. I just pat it down. I don't do any like glycolic treatments or anything. I just wash my face. About 2 days before I wash my face with like a nice calming face wash. I use green tea face wash from Makeup Artist Choice. I'm going to link it below. I'm also going to have a whole different routine on my skincare and the gentle things that I use on my skin and the other things that I use when I'm having acne like right now, because my birthday is coming up and I'm about to get this face glowing, okay? Anyhow, so to shave my face, personally, I use an oil. That's just me. I have this argan oil from Organic Infusions that I use on my face. So I just pick that regular smanchy, oh my God, that went everywhere. Regular smanchy oil bottle, put some oil on my hand, dump it on my face. Now I do treatments on my lower face and in my entire Brazilian area. So in the shower, I'm spreading everything, holding it tight and shaving, okay? So same thing I do on my face. I'm just gonna show. I recently picked this up from Amazon. I'll link it below, but it smells amazing, and it's also like a conditioner, but it's really good for the skin. So I use this, and it has oils already in it, so you don't have to use an oil. So I use this, spread it, shave. If you don't already know, when you're shaving back there, the best position to put yourself in is in a squat. Get in a nice squat, spread them cheeks with one hand, use the other hand, and go in the back. That's me. People say don't shave or get the grain. I can only tell you what I do, okay? And it hasn't failed me. I go up and I go down. You spread them up and down. When you're in between the lips, you got to be a little bit careful, okay? Don't cut anything. Make sure you spread and hold taut, just the way you shave. But I know a lot of girls don't shave down there anymore. They wax, so maybe you've forgotten how to shave down there. It's an annoying, time-consuming process. But if you don't get rid of the hair with the razor, the laser will not burn it off. So it's very important to catch all the hairs that you have down there. And in between the lips, it's always tricky. So I really take my time with enough light. I'm usually in the shower with the curtains open, all the lights turned on, and I'm spreading those lips, baby, and I'm going in there and shaving. You're shaving your bikini line, all that. So you have shaved. You're all done shaving. Get out the shower. Make sure you pat everything dry gently, as you always would. Everything is dry. It could be the morning of your treatment, the night of your treatment. What I do, if I've shaved, for example, the night before, make sure not to apply anything abrasive on the area that you are about to get lasered. So you're not scrubbing that area before you're shaving it. You're not exfoliating after you've shaved. You're not doing anything to tamper with the skin, cause too much friction or anything of the sort. Just leave it alone to air dry. If you have like a nice calming aloe vera gel, I would say put that on there. Always a good idea. I keep aloe vera jelly or gel on hand all the time. I keep mine in the refrigerator. It's nice and cool. I put it down on my Brazilian. I pat it on my face as a toner. And then I just put my regular face lotion, something that doesn't have salicylic acid or glycolic acid or any kind of acid, just something mild and simple. I absolutely love the green tea pomegranate moisturizer from Makeup Artist Choice. I will link that below. For any time I'm doing anything beauty when I don't need anything harsh on my skin, I'm using this, or I'm using an aloe vera gel type of moisturizer. So that's what you want to use. And if you're going out of the door, Lord have mercy, please use some SPF 50 or 30 if you don't have 50. This is my favorite. They are always sold out. Everything will be linked below. I need to stop saying it and just know everything will be linked below. So use sunscreen before you leave the house, or if you're in the house, honestly, sun rays, don't discriminate, okay? So you've got that down. If you're about to go do your treatment that morning, usually you want your skin to be free of any oil. So let's say your appointment's in the morning or in the evening, you've taken your shower, just don't put any lotion on down there. If you're gonna be in the sun, if you're driving there, you will be in the sun, put some sunscreen on. Your laser tech will wipe your skin before she starts her treatment. So you've shaved, you're on your jolly way to go get laser done. You get there, she wipes your face or whichever area you're about to get done, and she just gets started. Does it hurt? Yes, it does. It hurts. Like I said, my mom always told me, beauty is pain. Like we say in Pidgin, nyanga no de hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you girls and tell you it's painless. And I have a high pain tolerance, okay? Pretty high physical pain tolerance. And lasers hurt, especially if you've never done it. It's like getting your eyebrows threaded. I've been getting my eyebrows threaded since I was 16. It stings a little sometimes, some other times I'm just like, oh, you're done? So it just depends, okay? So I haven't gone to get lasered for almost 2.5 years now. And I went for my first treatment back in June. And boy, I'm gonna try to insert a clip. I screamed, okay? I screamed a few times. Like, ooh, give me a moment. Ooh, I forgot how this felt. Okay, just keep going, girl. I scream. Anyways, y'all seen the clip. I'll try to insert like a quick 30 seconds of that. It was painful. It had been a while. So I just wasn't, I really thought I was mentally ready and I remembered the pain, but you know, it's just like summer and winter. They come every year, but they take us by surprise no matter what. So that's the honest truth. You do build pain tolerance, and if you're someone who has a higher pain threshold, you will be okay. It does get better the more treatments you do. It honestly does. I went yesterday and I took a video for you guys when she was doing my face. It really stung on my face this time. It hurt. I have never gotten burned by laser hair removal. I have gotten in total about 10 treatments on my face in the past. I did 6 treatments on my legs. I did 6 treatments on my underarms. And I did 10 treatments on my Brazilian the first time that I did the first round. And this year, so far, I have done 4 treatments on my face and 3 treatments on my Brazilian. So the first one was just painful all around for the first 2. And since then, it just gets better, especially with the Brazilian. My treatment yesterday was a little painful, my Brazilian. So with us women, a lot of these things are hormonal, where you are in your cycle. So if you are a lucky babe and you can figure out when in your cycle your pain tolerance is better or you react less to things, pick that time to make your appointment. My lady is so busy. I'm going whatever day she has available, 4 weeks to 6 weeks from when after my treatment. So I just deal with the pain. Another thing, if you're a big crybaby, and that's okay because you're a cutie, you can use a numbing cream. I have done that in the past. You can buy your own numbing cream. You can apply it about 30 to 45 minutes before you go for your treatment, and it should kick in, and you should honestly feel it less. As far as I know, it's okay to use numbing creams because the spa offered it to me once before. But I would say do it at home because it takes like a good 30 minutes for it to actually reactivate it and for you not to feel the pain as much as you would. So numbing cream is another option. So yes, it hurts to a certain degree. How does the hair grow back? That literally depends on the person that you are. And unfortunately, you will not know until you do it. That is the honest truth. Laser hair removal, it's not a permanent solution to getting rid of hair. Hopefully the next few years, some genius, wonderful human being out there comes up with some technology that would permanently get rid of our hair. Till now, I don't know that there is one that exists. Laser hair removal reduces the hair growth. It does not stop it for the rest of your life. So it's a continual investment. To me, who is so hairy on my face, it is worth the money for the beauty effects that I get. I like things that make me feel better and it helps my confidence. I'm going to tell you how. When I don't do laser treatments on my face, first mistake that I did not keep up with my Upkeep treatments. I remember the girl at the spa who always did my treatments, awesome lady. She told me when you are done with your rounds, come back like once every 2-3 months, all depending on how you see your skin and your hair reacting, and do one treatment, like once every 2 months, once every 3 months, like, right? All depending on you. Don't just ghost for a whole year and you don't do another treatment. That is something that I did wrong. And I will tell you what happened to me. If you're someone that is on birth control especially birth control, because birth control messes with our hormones. That is the most thing that I know that messes with my hormones, dictates my hair growth, my mood, and things like that. You definitely will experience hair growth in different ways. If you get pregnant, you cannot even do laser hair removal when you're pregnant. So there is a chance that if you get pregnant, you can get all the hair just grow back and then some. My oldest sister is growing hair like a beast with her third pregnancy, but it didn't happen with her first two. So you're a woman, you already know how your body just does whatever it wants to do at the time that it wants to do it. So if you've done a round of treatment and you're satisfied, you're seeing a month or two go by, you're not growing any hair, you can stop. You're consistent 4 weeks. I would definitely advise at least 6 treatments before you even start experimenting on stopping. It took me 10 treatments on my face for me to feel okay with stopping. So what happened 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when I did my 10 treatments? I was consistent every 4 weeks, the first 4 treatments. After the first 4 treatments, the hair was really taking its time to grow back. So what happens on your first laser hair removal treatment? You shave, you get lasered, the hair will grow back within about a week, like it normally would, or 5 days, depending on the person that you are. I know people that grow facial hair and it grows back after every 2 days. So whatever the rate, frequency of your hair growth, you will see the hair growing back. But this is what's going to happen. The hair will just fall off on its own. Do not shave it that first 2 weeks after your treatment. Just persevere, girlfriend. It's going to be okay. You're going to see the hair literally falling off, and that's the effects of the laser. Then it's going to grow again after maybe a week. That's why you need that 4-week window. So you're watching, your hair's grown, it's falling off, and it's just grown again as normal. 4 weeks has come, you've already booked your appointment when you left the spa, okay? Because we don't have time to mess up the cycle. It's very important to keep up with the 4-week treatment. You gotta condition your hair growth. If not, it will not react in the way you're expecting it to. If you're doing the treatments once every 2 months, here and there, you're not going to get the results, and you're going to be like, laser hair movement doesn't work. You have to stick to the regimen. Very important. So you shave your hair every 4 weeks. You go do your appointment. You do the second round. You do the third round. It could be 4. It could be 5. It just all depends. For me, it was like by round 3, my hair was falling off and not really growing back as fast. So by the time I got to like my 4th treatment, I started spacing it out to 6 weeks, because you want hair to grow, shave, and then do the treatment. If you do not have any hair growing, you are not going to go get it lasered off. Okay, ladies, don't get too excited. If your hair has stopped growing, if you're not someone that is very hairy, and after your 3rd treatment and 3 weeks are going by and you're not seeing any hair growth, week 4, there's barely any hair growth, you're not ready for another treatment. Push it out to 6 weeks, push it out to 7 weeks. This is where now you start doing things based on how your body is reacting to the laser hair removal treatment. So you've done that, you're shaving, and you're going as is. After you've really noticed that your hair is not growing back after a month, you stop. For me, it was 10 treatments. I was not growing hair on my face any longer. I went 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The hair is not growing. About 5 months in, I saw like maybe 1 speck of hair here, maybe 1 hair there, and I would just shave it. And I was very happy with that. What were the benefits? So this was my underarms, my face, my Brazilian, and my full leg. So from my hip down, I did my full leg 2.5 years ago. The part that took the best reaction for me were my legs. Till this day, all I did was 6 treatments on my legs. Till this day, I can go 2-3 months without shaving my legs, and I will grow like 2 hairs below my knee. On my thighs, I probably grow the most hair, but then I can go a whole 2 months and I'm growing very been very light hair, and it has been 2.5 years. I have not lasered that body part since those 6 treatments that I did. So that was just me. My legs took so well. If I felt like it, I could do another round on my legs, and I think it would just solidify the whole deal. I will definitely do an upkeep this year for my legs, 1 treatment very soon, and next year I'll probably do 2 to really keep it going, you know, because I'm like, I don't want to make the legs mad, and then next thing you know, I start growing hair again, because I'm hairy, okay? Like I said, I'm hairy. Normally I grew legs on my hair full bush, but I really don't. Like yesterday, because I was shaving my body for my laser, I just decided to shave my legs, and every time I'm like, oh, there's really very little hair on the razor. Most of it came from my thigh. So that part took well. Another area that took really well was my buttocks, so your line in the butt. That took very well to laser. When everything else started growing, I was like, wow, my backside is smooth. She's just clean. She's ready to be eaten, and you know. But yeah, she was she was good. My underarms didn't really take well. The hair just like grew all back. I didn't mind. I don't mind shaving my underarms. I don't have any reactions to shaving my underarms. I just shave my underarms like once a week, and I'm good to go. Another thing that I would tell you for the underarms that you should do, just to keep it clear, I use lemon under my arms. It keeps your underarms smelling good, and it also just helps keep the coloring even on there. So whenever I shower, before I start lotioning, I go to my fridge, because I drink tea every day. So I always have lemon that I've squeezed into my tea, and I have the little lemon shaft left. I always just put it in the fridge, wipe my underarms with it, dump it in the trash, and a lemon has had 2 uses in 1 day. So that's a little tip for the underarm right there. Also, make sure you're shaving with a good razor every time on your underarm, so you're not getting razor burns. Because I got a razor burn like last week on my underarm, and I haven't gotten a razor burn on the underarm in years. And that was because I used an old razor that I forgot to throw away. Don't be like me. So there's that. So you've done your face. The Brazilian, everybody always wants to know what the real benefits are. A is hair loss, not growing as much hair as frequently as you would. Second benefit, it helps a whole lot with hyperpigmentation. If you've stayed so far watching me, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ask me questions. I will answer as soon as I get them. Thank you for sticking around this long video, but I really felt like better to be detailed, and maybe you can get all your answers from one place and you can get the confidence, because I 100% recommend laser hair removal to any babe that suffers from hyperpigmentation and ingrown hairs. Did you hear me, babe? Hyperpigmentation and ingrown hair. I wish I had pictures to show y'all the kind of hyperpigmentation and ingrowns that I had from doing wax treatments. My body did not like waxing, shaving, nairing, nothing down there. It did not like it. I suffered for years. Whew. I suffered, honey. It was not pretty. I was never bikini ready. I was hair free and smooth, but not bikini ready, honey. No, ma'am. I always had bumps. I had ingrown hairs. I had dark spots. I literally had boils at one time. Boils, massive, pus-filled boils. We're keeping it real here, right? We're all women. We experience things the same way most of the time. So what saved me was laser hair removal, okay? Saved my Brazilian area, honey. I am ready to do anything, anytime. Just call on me, and I'm putting on the 2-piece, or I got my lingerie on, okay? I'm ready. My bikini line is the best it has ever looked in my entire adult life. It's always ready to go. I don't want to say like my bikini area is like perfect, even skin with my whole body. We are women of color. I am African descent. We do suffer from hyperpigmentation. So it's not a one time, you just do it once and you're done. It is a beauty regimen like any other to take care of your bikini line. Just like washing your face every day. You gotta have your vag spa days, vag spa week. You want to use the right creams down there. You want to use the right toners. You want to use the right products to prevent ingrown hair. So right now, maybe I've gotten this year, I think I've had like 2 ingrowns on my Brazilian. And I know how to treat them to avoid having hyperpigmentation and all those steps. I'm gonna make a separate video on what I use on my Brazilian for hyperpigmentation, for spa, for all that stuff. And then I would try to show you guys some pictures to keep it real. Right now, I have been ignoring my Brazilian. I didn't take any holiday this summer, so I think I just ignored it for that reason. So I just bought my products back to start. Like I told you, I can be very lazy with this thing at times. So I will take y'all on that journey with me on just how to get your Brazilian to lighten it up if you need to lighten it up, if you're suffering from hyperpigmentation, and how to tone it, how to give yourself a little vag spa, and just the kind of lotions and creams and how you should do things after shaving on a daily basis. I treat my vagina. Oh my God, I just said vagina. But yeah, that's the proper term. Every day when I shower, I do something different to it than I do to the rest of my body. But laser hair removal is the first step and the only step I have found that will reduce ingrown hair, which will automatically reduce hyperpigmentation. Because if you're just treating your hyperpigmentation and you're not treating your ingrowns, it's not stopping, honey. You're just fighting a losing battle. You get hyperpigmentation because of ingrown hairs. And if you're not treating the ingrown, what are you doing? Wasting money. So you got to start with laser hair removal, and then in conjunction while doing your treatment, about 4 days after your treatment, you're picking up your treatment to get rid of your hyperpigmentation, and you will see the results of your hyperpigmentation going away faster than anything you've ever done, because you're no longer fighting ingrown hairs that are constantly causing that problem. Okay, so that is the big benefit for me. On my facial hair, the big benefit is that it's getting rid of those hair follicles for me. And one thing you want to do in conjunction with your facial hair while you're doing laser hair removal, you're doing exfoliating chemical exfoliants in between the laser hair removal treatments. You got to time it just right. So about a week, you're doing something that is not too harsh. You're not going and doing like a VI peel 2 weeks before your laser treatment. No, you're doing something light at home. Mandelic acid pill, glycolic pill, something you can do at home just to exfoliate. You want to use lotions that have acidic exfoliants in them in between that. So you're getting rid of that top layer of skin that is tainted with the dots from your hair growth. Because if you're growing hair, your hair follicles look much pronounced because the hair is there, you're shaving it. But when you're doing laser, you're burning it off, but you still have to do something to your skin to get that clear skin from getting rid of hair. You get it? But just look out for my skincare routine. And I really love that I'm going to be doing this because I'm going to be doing it in real time with y'all, because I have completely slack off from what I normally get my like glassy, that's what I see people calling it, like glass skin. I have completely slacked off in 2021. So I am picking up the slack right here with you guys, and you get to see it with me, and you get to see it in conjunction with my laser hair removal treatments. So if you're someone that's suffering from hair, hyperpigmentation, rosacea, I have rosacea right here on my skin, you can follow along with me and see how we can achieve the best skin that we can. That's all you can do. Babes, all you can do is try to get from here to better to best. Do not compare your skin. Do not compare skin goals with anyone else. Your starting point is your baseline. And where your better or your best is based on that baseline and nobody else. So stay beautiful. I 100% recommend laser hair removal. Ask any questions below. And if you made it through this extremely long 45 to 1 hour video, kudos to you. Subscribe and you're gonna get even more details on just about everything that I did. I really hope this was very informative to anyone. Share with a friend, with a family member, or with your boyfriend, and someone will get something out of this. But stay looking beautiful, and let's stay babes.